Welcome to VR in the Garden. This is a 360-degree video, so you can look anywhere around you. My name is Sven. I'm here with Scott Pipkin, the Director of Education and Engagement at the Santa Barbara Botanic Garden. Hi, Scott.
Hello.
What are you showing us today?
Well, we're in the Manzanita section right now.
What are manzanitas?
So manzanitas are one of California's iconic groups of plants. It's a genus of plants, Arctostaphylos, which is in the family Ericaceae, which is also the family of blueberries.
Wow, so those are little blueberries? I mean, they taste like blueberries?
Not quite. They're more reminiscent of a sour apple, hence the
Ew.
name Manzanita.
Ah, little apples.
Correct.
I get it, okay.
Yeah. So not really the most palatable of fruits, but they are extremely popular with the wildlife. So if you're hiking the trails in the summertime, I've in the Sierra come across all kinds of evidence of bears, coyotes, and other wildlife eating these.
But people usually don't.
Not that I'm familiar with.
Gotcha, okay. So, but you have a whole section of manzanitas here. I mean, there's so many more than we can just see right now.
Yeah.
What makes them so special for the garden? What makes them so special for California, I guess?
Yeah, manzanitas are one of California's iconic groups of plants for a number of reasons. For one thing, they're extremely diverse. So you can find manzanitas throughout the world, but the vast majority of the diversity occurs in California and in California alone. So I've heard upwards of 90 species of manzanita just in California, many of which occur nowhere else in the world, many of which occur only in very narrow geographies, such as a certain mountain range.
So they're very specifically adapted to their environments.
Very much so, and they have a wide variety of growth forms, which actually makes them really nice for the horticultural trade, where you can see behind me some of these really low-growing creeping manzanitas, or you can get some of the larger, almost tree-like manzanitas and everything in between.
That one just looks so great. I mean, the color of the wood and how sculptural it is, I mean, that is just astonishing. But so how are they adapted to life in the harsh California climate?
There are a few ways that they're adapted. That's a great question because, you see, we have to remember this Mediterranean climate means we get a drought every single year. So the plants in California have to be able to deal with prolonged periods without water. And so for one thing, the leaves you can feel are extremely tough and leathery. That means they retain their water extremely well. They also have oriented their leaves to be vertical. So in the hot summer days, they're actually self-shading a little bit and preserving their moisture in that way.
Wow.
They're also adapted to California's fire cycle. There are two major adaptive strategies that California's plants have for dealing with fire. One is to reseed. So build a huge seed bank. When the fire comes, the new plants will grow out of the ashes. The other is to resprout. So to build a big burl or lignotuber, depending on your vocabulary, from which new growth will sprout after the fire.
And what do manzanitas do?
They do both. So some members, like this big berry manzanita, are reseeders, whereas others that you will find in the Manzanita section are resprouters.
Wow, that is very cool. What an amazing plant. I mean, thanks for sharing this with us, Scott. I mean, thanks for showing us the garden once again.
Of course.
Leave us a comment or like, and hopefully we'll see you next time in the garden. Take care, Scott.
Thank you.